Okay, guys, welcome. My name is Dr. Micah. I'm an IVF specialist, IVF physician in training. Okay, from the last post I did, we'll be answering some of the questions I listed. Questions like what is IVF? What's the umbrella meaning for IVF? What does it consist of? What are the eligibility for IVF? What should a couple do? The couple that are planning for IVF, what should they do prior to the IVF session? Who is eligible for IVF? IVF children and breastfeeding. Can I breastfeed my child if the child is born from IVF? For couples that are serodiscordant, mean that for couples that have one of the partners being HIV positive or hepatitis B positive, can they go for IVF? What is the religious backing or support or things or worries about IVF? These and some other questions are the things that we will be answering or dealing with in this video. Stay tuned. All right, so drop comments, ask your questions for clarity's sake. All right, let's delve into it. Okay, IVF simply means in vitro fertilization. It's an umbrella name for assisted reproductive technology. It consists of a lot of things. It consists of IUI, uterine insemination. It consists of IVF alone. There's what we call the IVF and ICSI, and there's what we will call the IVF and surrogacy. There's also what we call the IVF and plus gender selection, and also an other form of IVF as well, right? There's also what we call priming, or sex timing, or timely intercourse. Now, these are some of the things that couples can be assisted with to conceive, right? I must say, for a couple to be eligible for IVF, there is really no special thing, right? Just be ready for IVF. Be sure that you approach the right facility that should be able to tell you the truth, facility that should tell you where you stand, facility that have results, trusted facilities, all right? Not facilities that will, just want to go through the IVF process and transfer embryos that they know will not survive. Watch out for IVF from reviews. IVF from word of referral is the best form of referral these days, if you know what I mean. So for a couple to be eligible for IVF, basically, there's no specific eligibility criteria. If you ask me, any couple can walk in to have IVF done, and you don't need to be old to have IVF done. You don't need to struggle for kids to have IVF done. We know that IVF in the past was used for couples having issues with delayed conception, right? Nowadays, you can just know that, okay, I don't want to go through stress, struggling to have kids. I want 3 at once, I want 2 at once, and then you just go for it. Now, this is not to say that it will be successful all at once, but the tendency to have multiple kids with IVF is more than the random natural conceptions, multiple gestation with natural conception, if you know what that means. It means with IVF you can have, for Nigeria, the Nigerian medical practice, they can transfer as much as 3 embryos into the woman. That means she can have at least, sometimes up to 3 to 4 kids at once, right? But for natural conception, the likelihood to have just one is of higher chance. You know what I mean? All right. So, how old can I be before I try IVF? Like I said, for a woman that is up to 20 or 22 to up to about 68. So a facility that tells you the truth and they're not just there to, wobble you and, you pay for a cycle, because it's an expensive procedure. So it's only fair that the facility tells you where you stand. And if a cycle is not going as it should, they should cancel the cycle in the middle of it and then let you know your reality. Because there's a whole lot happening in the IVF world that a lot of people just want to just charge you 4.5 million or 3.5 million, depending on the type of IVF you want to do, and then they end up just transferring embryos that they know are not going to succeed or survive. All right. So the whole process of working a lady up for IVF is a stressful process, because you have to be on medications to do what we call follicular stimulations when you are on your menses, and then using the agonist or the antagonist protocol regimen, and then day 4, or depending on how mature your follicles are, the follicles are harvested, the eggs are harvested, and then it's fertilized and all of that. It's a stressful process. And then if it's not going to be a successful embryo, just a facility that should be able to tell you when something is not working, to stop the cycle in the process and then begin another cycle for you, other than just go ahead with it and then eat your money. Once again, it will be wiser to share with you from a place of knowing, because a lot of people just fall victims into just IVF company. Not every surgeon is a good IVF specialist. IVF specialty is a different ballgame entirely. Or because a doctor is a gynecologist doesn't mean he's an IVF an expert in IVF, or because a doctor is good in general practice doesn't mean it's an IVF specialist. Anybody can claim to know IVF, but then you have to look for facilities that have high success rate and really have tangible results to give. Once again, my name is Dr. Micah. It's nice speaking to you. Please keep the questions coming in. Like, share, and comment this video. God bless you.